Senate appointee Roland Burris is turned away from the nation's capital. He was hoping to join U.S. senators taking the oath of office in Washington, D.C. today. Good afternoon. Roland Burris showed up on Capitol Hill. He was seeking to claim Illinois' open Senate seat.
A short time later, he was standing amid a huge throng of reporters in the cold and rain after being told his paperwork was not in order.
ABC 7's Ben Bradley is in the nation's capital. Ben's joining us with today's Senate seat showdown. Ben?
Alan and Sylvia, the 111th Congress has begun without Roland Burris. He still refers to himself as the junior senator from Illinois, but there are some very powerful people here in Washington who beg to differ. The United States Senate rained on Roland Burris's parade. He will not become a U.S. Senator from Illinois, at least not today.
Presented my credentials to the Secretary of the Senate and advised that my credentials were not in order and I would not be accepted, nor will I be seated, nor will I be permitted on the floor.
Mr. Burris made a show of marching to the Capitol, and the media memorialized his every move. The Senate Sergeant-at-Arms, fellow Illinoisan Terry Gaynor, greeted Burris at the door. He was given a warm welcome, but no special privileges. Burris got to within one floor and a few feet of the Senate chamber, but he was directed to the Senate Secretary's office. There, he was promptly reminded his letter of appointment from the governor lacks the certification of Illinois' Secretary of State.
We were not allowed to proceed to the floor for purposes of taking oath, all of which we think was improperly done, and it is against the law of this land.
Do you solemnly swear that you will support?
There was only one man from Illinois sworn in the Senate today. Dick Durbin is the number 2 ranking Democrat. He says it's better to represent the state by himself than have the Senate seat someone sent by Governor Rod Blagojevich. Congressman Danny Davis doesn't see it that way.
The reality is that the governor of the state of Illinois has the legal right and also the responsibility, quite frankly, to appoint a successor in a vacant seat for the Senate.
Mr. Burris insists he's not tainted by the governor's troubles and shouldn't be shunned from the Senate simply because the man who appointed him is charged with trying to sell the seat. Burris plans to tell members of the Illinois House Impeachment Committee that the governor's own criminal defense attorney is the one who originally contacted him about the Senate seat. 2 days later, Burris and Blagojevich personally talked for the first time. Mr. Burris says there was nothing improper in the conversation, and he accepted the appointment.
This could all have been avoided by the Democratic leadership in Springfield had they simply called for a vote for a special election and then let the people of Illinois decide who's going to be the next senator.
Roland Burris has been meeting all afternoon with his legal team. He may go to court and ask a judge here in Washington to order the Senate to accept his appointment. But few here expect any judge in this town will be willing to tell the Senate how to handle its affairs. Live in Washington, Ben Bradley, ABC 7 News. Alan and Sylvia, back to you.
Okay, Ben, thanks so much. And Ben, we'll be back with other live reports for us, so have them for us on our news at 5 and 6 tonight.